Beauty, a creature of grace and intellect, stood by the river, her glossy fur glimmering under the setting sunday. Her sharp eyes scanned the jungle, sensing the presence of danger. The wilderness around her was untamed, with colossal creatures roaming freely, but even the beauty of this world couldn't shield her from the dangers lurking in the shadows. Then, a massive presence filled the air. King Kong, the towering beast of unmatched strength, stepped into view. His powerful frame moved effortlessly through the jungle, his muscles rippling as he approached her. With a glance, Beauty recognized him immediately, the protector, the guardian. She smiled, feeling safe by his side. The ground suddenly trembled as a giant shadow loomed over them. A colossal serpent, the size of a small mountain, slithered through the jungle. Its scales gleamed ominously in the fading light, and its eyes burned with hunger as it locked onto Beauty. The giant python was here, and it was ready to strike. Without hesitation, King Kong roared, charging at the serpent with unimaginable force. The battle between the two titans began, the jungle shaking with the raw power of their clash. King Kong swung a massive tree, smashing it into the python, but the serpent coiled around him with terrifying speed, its jaws snapping. Beauty watched in terror, helpless as the battle unfolded before her. But King Kong, with his unmatched strength, broke free from the python's grasp. He grabbed the serpent's head, twisting and snapping it with one final, overwhelming motion. The giant python crashed to the ground, lifeless, as King Kong stood victorious, breathing heavily from the intense battle. With the threat now gone, Beauty rushed to King Kong's side, checking for any injuries. Despite the exhaustion, Kong's eyes softened as he looked at her, his protector's heart calm now that the danger had passed. They sat together, side by side, as the night fell. As the stars above began to shine, Beauty and King Kong shared a moment of quiet connection. In the midst of the chaos, they had found solace in one another. Beauty leaned into Kong, resting her head against his mighty chest. Together, they had conquered the greatest dangers of this ancient world. In the serenity of the night, their bond deepened, no longer just survival, but a deep connection that would last through the ages. The night stretched on as the two sat together by the river, watching the stars. In that moment, they knew that as long as they were together, they could face whatever the wild world had in store. The prehistoric world, with its dangers and beauty, would continue to change, but for now, they had found peace in each other. As the night deepened, the sounds of the jungle softened, the rustling leaves and distant calls of creatures blending into a harmonious symphony of the wild. Beauty and King Kong remained in their quiet sanctuary by the river, the moonlight casting a gentle glow over them. For the first time in a long while, the chaos of the world felt distant, as though time itself had slowed down in the presence of their bond. King Kong, still worn from the fierce battle with the giant python, slowly stretched his immense limbs. His eyes, once fierce and filled with the fire of battle, now softened as he glanced at Beauty, who had nestled herself closer to him. In the calm of the night, he allowed himself to feel the warmth of her presence. She was not just a creature of beauty, she was a symbol of strength, intelligence, and survival. Much like him, Beauty, too, was silent. Her gaze lingered on the rippling water of the river. The stars reflected like scattered jewels. She had always known the world was dangerous, but now she understood something deeper. The power of unity, of standing together with someone who shared the same fight for survival. The air between them felt charged, not with the violence of the battle, but with something quieter,
you are so
something
playful,
profound.
Little one.
It was a connection that transcended the primal instincts of survival, a love forged in the fires of adversity. As they sat together in the stillness of the jungle, they shared something that could not be easily explained, a quiet understanding that whatever came next, they would face it together. King Kong gently reached for Beauty's hand, his fingers brushing against her delicate skin. She turned to him, her expression soft, and for the first time, he saw not just a creature he protected, but an equal, a companion who had survived just as much, who understood the ways of this untamed world. In that moment, Beauty smiled, and King Kong, moved by her silent reassurance, let out a low rumble that was neither a growl nor a roar, but something more, an expression of peace. The night passed slowly, the world around them unchanged, yet everything felt different. Beauty and King Kong, two of the strongest creatures in this vast, brutal world, had found something that even the fiercest battles could not take away: each other. And as the first light of dawn began to creep over the horizon, painting the jungle in soft hues of pink and orange, they knew that the wild world would continue to test them. New dangers would emerge, and survival would always be a challenge. But for now, in the quiet of this ancient, ever-changing world, they had each other, a bond stronger than any force of nature. The first night of love had passed, but for Beauty and King Kong, it was only the beginning.